Hello again, I am Blunty and I am currently strolling towards a moderately secret location just south of the Sydney city centre really. Anyway, I'm getting my first hands-on with the Nintendo 3DS. It's not due to launch in Australia till next month. Japan's just about to get it, but we're all very excited about it and I'm about to go hands-on with it and find out for myself exactly how well this thing performs and exactly how well that 3D screen works and how it feels and how it looks and how it sounds and all that good stuff. And if they let me film it, I'll show you. If they don't let me film it, I'll come back to you and tell you my first impressions of the Nintendo 3DS. Let's go. Hey, good news. Turns out they did let me film, though I had to promise to make it absolutely clear to you folks that whenever you see the 3D screen, you are looking at it with the 3D mode turned all the way off via the adjustable 3D depth slider that lets you control the depth of the 3D effect. Because, filming the special 3D screen with a 2D camera would make it look all wonky, and Nintendo don't want it to look all wonky. Superficials first, the deep gloss finish of the lid is dead sexy. It will, of course, collect fingerprints faster than an obsessive-compulsive crime scene investigator, but it wipes off easily enough. The design is familiar, of course, styled as it is after the DSi. Frankly, in the shots that Nintendo released to the press, I didn't much like it. I thought it looked a bit awkward. But once I had it planted in my man-paws, it's actually quite nice. The pale little circle is an analog thumb pad, which Nintendo are calling the Circle Pad. I'm sure that sounds a lot cooler in Japanese. And that 3D screen with the technological trickery to make you see a 3D image on a 2D surface without having to don the goggles of shame. I'll be damned if it isn't exactly what it promises. I know it doesn't look like it thanks to the weirdness of trying to film it causes, but it is crystal clear, very sharp and vivid, and that 3D effect, it works. And it works damn well. You could swear you're really looking through a little window into a little world that has all of its dimensions intact. I tried a few of the built-in games and software, even trying out the augmented reality functions, and they were really cool. They worked really well. Surprisingly well. Excellent, in fact. A lot of fun. The motion sensors are on par with, or even more fluid than the iPhone 4, and you really get a sense that there's a surprising amount of grunt hidden inside just waiting to be unleashed. And even when you plonk in a DS game with that 3D screen, it does just fine displaying the 2D content. Again, crisp and clear, although I thought maybe it was slightly less saturated than on my DSi XL. But if I'm right, it was subtle. And that circle pad, that maps directly to the controls, so if you prefer that to the old style cross pad, you're in luck because it works perfectly well with a DS game. I even popped in my own SD memory card for a few minutes so I could take a few 3D photographs with me, with the twin cameras on the lid. Now, for obvious no-poop Sherlock reasons, I can't really show you them here on YouTube. But it also saves out a 2D JPEG to the memory card at the same time, which is what you're looking at now. But it has to be said, when you actually look at those photos on the device itself, on its 3D screen, they look a hell of a lot better. They look brighter, sharper, more vivid, more colourful. I don't know what it is. I don't know whether the JPEG it saves out is just a highly compressed JPEG because you prefer you look at them in 3D, or there's some sort of thing that happens because they're combining images from two cameras. They can cancel out some of the noise and enhance some of the colours, or there's some other fancy stuff going on. But they look brilliant on the screen itself. And the good news is they come in a file format that a couple of other 3D cameras are using as well. So if you get one of the new 3D photographic frames that came out, and you stick these on a memory card in that photo frame, they should work. Now, in all, I spent 45 warm, fuzzy minutes with the Nintendo 3DS in my mighty man hands, and I walked away impressed. Very impressed, actually, and very, very eager to get my hands on one again. Now, this is becoming something of a cliche when anyone writes about the Nintendo 3DS who's had hands-on experience with it, but you really do have to see it to believe it. That screen really does work really, really well. And the good news is that Nintendo are going to be having demonstrations of them for the next 6 months or so. I'm told they're going to be touring around and making sure as many people as possible can get their hands on one and see it and believe it before they have to splash the cash on one. Me? Yeah, I'm going to be splashing cash on launch day. And what's more, the evening of the day that this video goes live, I will be making my way to the Australian Media Launch Party event thingy for the Nintendo 3DS, where I and a bunch of other tech and gaming journos will be gathering to get more information about the Nintendo 3DS launch in Australia, which means we'll be getting a lot more information about which games are launching here, with it, what colours it'll be coming in, and most importantly, what the price will be. And we'll get some time, hands-on time, with some actual retail games. Because today I only had the opportunity to play with the stuff that was built into the 3DS. I didn't get a chance to play any of the games. So, in addition to producing the video about the event, which I'll of course be doing, because it's kind of what I do, I'll be tweeting from the event as well. The official hashtag is sitting right there on your screen, so you can follow along as I tweet about it, and all the other tech and gaming journos tweet about it as well, so you can follow the conversation there. You can follow me on Twitter @BluntNate. So, thanks for watching. I am Blunty, and I will catch you next time.